Welcome to iSpeakMath online video tutorial, where we provide you with modern-day strategies and techniques in languages that you can understand, both literally and figuratively. Today, we are going to focus on two-digit addition with regrouping. Whether you're in elementary school trying to master the art of adding, or a parent trying to remember the regrouping practice, this video is for you. So grab a pencil and paper and let's get started. Example 1 reads 56 plus 24. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite 56 plus 24. I tend to like to rewrite my problems so that I can get my mind mentally prepared for me to solve the problem. So what I'm going to do is remind everybody that when you're doing multi-digit addition, you always start on our very far right-hand side. So the two numbers we're going to concentrate today is 6 and 4 because they're located on the right-hand side, okay? So remember, when you're doing subtraction, multiplication, addition, you're always looking for the numbers, top row, bottom row, located on the right column, okay, of numbers. So in this case, it's 6 and 4. So now I can go ahead and ask myself, what is 6 plus 4? For those of you who can do mental math and know the number, way to go. You probably saved about a couple seconds. For those of us, okay, I'm including myself, who needs to draw something to help you get to that number, go ahead and do so, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw 6 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to draw 4 lines because the number 4 is at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is count all of the lines I have so I can figure out what 6 plus 4 is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 plus 4 is actually 10. So I'm going to go ahead and write 10 here. And notice, you guys, I tend to cross them out because I have this clumsy habit where sometimes I may overcount or undercount, but me having that little line crossing down that, the little lines that I drew helps me to keep track on my addition or me adding or counting down or up, okay? So now that we know it's 10, what we're going to do is that last digit always stays at the bottom and that 1 goes on top. What that means is that I'm going to go ahead and put my 0 below the 6 in the 4 column, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 on top. But remember, I'm always going to put my little signs because I'm clumsy, and it helps me to remember what we're trying to do at the end of the day, which is add. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to my next column or my next set of numbers that needs to be added. Now I see that there's 5 plus 2, but remember, I just added the 1 on top, so I really have 1 plus 5 plus 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and say, what is 1 plus 5, which I know it's 6, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and write 6 here so I can keep track on my numbers. And then I'm going to ask, what is 6 plus 2? 6 plus 2 is actually 8, so my final answer is actually 80. So really, I am done adding it, and I literally delivered my right answer. Now, example 2 reads 29 plus 15. So I'm going to rewrite 29 plus 15. All right. So remember, we're going to go and we're looking at the two numbers that are on the right hand side. So that is my 9 and 5. Okay. So that means those are my unfortunate numbers that gets to be added first. So I'm going to ask myself 9 plus 5, and I know 9 plus 5 is 14. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 4 at the bottom, and I'm going to put the 1 on top, okay? Remember, that 1 will always go on top. If you're ever in doubt, bring the 1 up. You may be wondering, why didn't you do your, addition to the side? You can do it if you don't or feel comfortable in solving on your own using your mind. So if you need that, please, by all means, go ahead and use the stick figures to help you figure out the answer. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the next set of numbers that needs to be added that's on the left-hand side, which is 1 plus 2 plus 1, okay? So remember, we're now adding 3 numbers instead of 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So my final answer is actually 44. Now we're on our third example, and I hope you're like me where practice makes perfect. Remember, this is allowing you the ability to continue on practicing that skill so you can get comfortable in it. So now we have 39 plus 21, which I'm going to rewrite 39 plus 21, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and look for my two numbers that are on the right-hand side, and that is you guessed it right, 9 and a 1, right? These are the two numbers that are located on the right-hand side. And then with 9 and 1, I'm going to go ahead and add them first. So 9 plus 1 would be 10. And remember I said that second digit stays at the bottom. It goes underneath those two numbers that I just added. And I'm always going to carry the 1 on top, okay? And I always remember to put my plus sign. It just helps me to remember what I'm supposed to do at the end of the day. So now I have three sets of numbers that I'm going to be adding together, which is 1 plus 3 plus 2. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And now my final answer is 60. Example 4 reads 48 plus 17. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to rewrite my problem 48 plus 17, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and remind myself, I'm going to identify or look for those two numbers that are located on the right-hand side. And these are 8 and 7, okay? And if you thought that or already identified it before I said it, way to go to you. So now I know 8 plus 7 are the two sets of numbers I need or should be adding first. But I'm not familiar with 8 and 7. I can't really add that on my mind or on my own or use mental math. So I'm going to go ahead and use my stick figures to help me. So because I have 8, I'm going to go ahead and draw 8 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And because I see the number 7, I'm going to go ahead and draw 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I can go ahead and count them all together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that means that 8 plus 7 equals 15. Now, because the 5 is my second digit number, that 5 stays underneath the 8 and the 7. And then my 1 goes on top with my plus sign. So now I can go ahead and move on to the next step, which to add all those numbers on the left-hand side. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6, which means that my final answer is 65. Now we have reached our fifth and final problem. I always like to give this one a chance for all my viewers to practice it. So if you can please pause this video, try to solve this on your own using the steps that we did together and see if your answer is the same answer that I get. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and rewrite my problem, which is 47 plus 38. And then I'm going to go ahead and ask myself, what are my two sets of numbers I'm going to go ahead and add first? And remember, we start on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and do 7 and 8. And we actually just recently added 7 and 8 together, and we got 15, if we can recall. 7 plus 8 equals 15. So we're going to go ahead and put our 5 below the 7 and 8, and we're going to put our 1 on top. And remember, we're going to go ahead and keep our plus sign there so we remind ourselves what we're supposed to be doing. So now I'm going to go ahead and add 1 plus 4, which is 5, and 5 plus 3, which is 8, which means our final answer is actually 85. And if you got 85, give yourself a round of applause. Awesome job. And if you didn't, please make sure you keep on practicing it. The only way you get better is if you keep on trying to do these problems similar to this on your own. Thank you for watching this video. Hope this video helps you understand that much more on addition with regrouping. Remember, we may have this video in another language, so check that out if you speak that other language. And remember, math is difficult enough. Why not learn it in a language you feel comfortable in? Until next time, bye.